You are looking live at the Atlanta Motor Speedway. It is time for the USARC Aaron's Pro Cup Series Race 2, the NAPA 400 here. Now, the question is, can Lexi Herman repeat her Daytona success and take a second win? She starts from the outside pole.
You know, I think it's going to be hard for Herman to win today, but obviously that 53 team's been really fast, you know. I don't think a lot of people had 555 pegged as a legitimate championship contender, but so far they've really showed that speed.
Yeah, it's definitely, they've had a lot of speed through the first race of the season. They'll be looking to capitalize on anything they can in race 2 here in Atlanta.
Looking back further through the field, we have a few teams who have picked up some additional funding for this weekend and for the rest of the season. It is the 64, the flagship car for Joe Zeller Racing, driven by owner Joe Zeller, now sponsored by PDVSA, and right behind you see the 52, Angel Gutierrez for Renegade Gutierrez Racing, who's picked up Auto Nation. It's great to see these unsponsored cars picking up some funding, but also in shot you do see the 66 and 19 still awaiting their funding.
Yeah, you know, there's been some teams that have really struggled to get funding in the offseason, which is surprising, you know, especially some of these teams that ran really good last year. But good to see some of them at least picking up the pieces now for the rest of the way. And it's good to see sponsored race cars. I think they both look pretty good paint-wise.
Alright, and our final storyline heading up to the 08 of Lotus Despirito. The car that you will not see in the field is the 07 Nicolas Santiago. Career best of second here last season for Vaden Motorsports. He is out in pre-qualifying, did not get his number 07 Tom's Toyota Camry in the field. What do we make of this for Toyota Gazoo Racing?
Yeah, it's definitely not what you want to see as a new team on the grid, and especially being the factory outfit, it's definitely not ideal. But with a driver like Santiago, he's very resilient, and I think he's gonna bounce back very well next week.
Yeah, I think that team will end up being fine. I think, you know, TGR, they have a lot of funding. They got two very talented drivers. It's obviously a setback, but I think it's something they can overcome.
All right. Matthew Hubert for Joe Zeller Racing will start from the pole. As mentioned, Lexi Herman to the outside. Starting command is just a moment away. We'll step aside. There's the command, 40 engines fire to life, and now it's time to take you through our starting grid here for Atlanta. On the pole, it's the number 44 for Joe Zeller Racing of Matthew Hubert. To his outside, Daytona winner, the number 53 of Lexi Herman for 555 Engineering. Behind them in row 2, Aiden Martin looking for a good run after a strugglesome Season 1 with Anjado. To his outside, Season 1 title contender, Justin Whitmer. Row 3 sees Peter Anjak, our Season 1 reigning champion, to his outside, Luna Bennington. Row 4, our highest starting rookie, the number 1 of Cameron Brennan, and to his outside, the 74 Bobak Fox, another good Joe Zeller qualifying run. And rounding out the top 10, the ever-present Benedict Murdo the 4th, to his outside, Blair McKenzie, still searching for her first USARC victory.
You know, this is going to be a really tough race out here because this is a track that likes to eat tires, and that's going to make it really hard. The winner today probably is going to be the person who manages their tires best. As the pace car gets ready to dive on the pit road, we're going to get ready to go green here at Atlanta for 82 laps. It's going to be a fun race. Coming to the green, Matthew Hubert, Lexi Herman. Here we go. And we are racing in Atlanta.
Into turn 1, pretty equal jump. Actually, Hubert gets pushed ahead by Martin, and the 44 is going to clear into the lead.
Yeah, good start by Matthew Hubert here. You see everybody getting up to full speed. Takes him about half a lap here to land. This is not a restrictor plate track. It's Hubert with the lead in the 3. Pretty good start though here.
Martin was just able to squeeze down there in front of teammate Peter Anjak. It is the Bowtie Brigade 1, 2, 3. But don't count out those Soaring Seagull cars lined up on the inside. Here comes Martin trying to get under Hubert.
Everybody back down to turn 22, 3 wide behind them. That's John McFadden making an aggressive move under his teammates.
Contact and we're wrecking! McKenzie around in front of the field. We got more wrecking.
Zeus probably got a piece of it. Fullback Fox with some door damage. Relative great job by everybody to try and miss that, though. That could have been much worse than it was.
And very early caution here at Atlanta. It is Cameron Brennan who has scored the race leader. Benedict Murdo has made this a Soaring Seagulls 1-2. They're definitely got something to prove after Daytona.
Yeah, that was, wow, a pretty early accident here. Pretty minor accident, all being considered, but we'll have a look at what happened here in a second, as I'm not sure why Brandon's brought back the fourth. Oh, there he
I think
goes.
he's going to move back up to the front here. So as we get things sorted, we're going to take a look at our first incident of the day, lap 2 of 82 here at Atlanta. Looking at the incident here, looks like Freeman just washed up the track right into the 74 of Bobak Fox. Around goes the 5 and 52. Oh, Rotfield plows in, and then looked like that McKenzie might have gotten a shot from the 33 there late. Sustry goes around, little damage. Gutierrez, Freeman, pretty good. Fox with that hit in the wall, and Rotfield with some pretty heavy front end damage.
And you see we're on board with the 33 of Justin Patrick. Just brilliant avoidance. I don't think he hit anything. Just great avoidance by that driver of the 33 car.
And as I was saying that SSR has something to prove, we've got issues on the one of Cameron Brennan reporting an engine trouble on the number 1. This is definitely not what you want to see.
I mean, you don't see any...
Disaster strikes for that crew as the rookie got out front early, but just not what you want to see from this SSR team.
I mean, you don't see smoke coming out of that thing, so this might not be terminal, but it's more than likely going to be the end of Brand's competitive day at the very least here, as he's going to have to peel down pit road, and they're going to have to look under the hood and try and fix that car.
We have pitters here on heading on to lap 6. You see 2 full send cars, Reese Kupski, Luna Bennington, Eric Monaco's coming in, Jacques Rigel, Justin Patrick. I believe these are on strategy, so definitely something different. As you see there, Cameron Brennan is back out in the race.
Yeah, this looks like topping off on fuel. You saw the 42 just come in, and then just immediately just come back out. So I think they're just topping off here. Maybe, do you think they can make it 76 laps, though? That is a long way.
It'll definitely be a stretch if they try to go for it, but I'm sure they can figure something out.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how this works out, because if this works out for them, we're going to have 5 cars that could, in theory, go the rest of the way, but 76 laps, that is an awfully long time to ask for at one of these USARC machines.
Also considering that it's not necessarily going to be a battle of fuel per se, it's more going to be a battle of tires, as we talked about in the pre-race, and none of these cars took tires, so they'll probably be pitting with the rest of them.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how that goes. See if they're going to try and maybe you stay on old tires and try and go anyways. I don't know what the strategy is here, but it's certainly an interesting call. If we're going back green this time by, I believe, Benedict Murdo will lead them back to the green.
Indeed we are. And so it will be Benedict Murdo inheriting the lead from teammate Cameron Brennan. Stephen Colon for Daytona in second. Greenman, Martin, and Hubert, the top 5. Pace car is off. And we are back green flag racing here at Atlanta, lap 7 of 82.
Colon got a really good jump there. Tried to jump on the outside of the 01, couldn't do it.
And now here comes Greenman in the 4 under the 3 of Cologne. He's looking, and he'll get second for now.
You see some slower cars in the back there holding up some of the faster cars that went down pit road, as Benedict Murdo trying to pull way down the backstretch here from Anthony Greenman, 3 wide for 4.
John McFadden and Zachary DeLello in the 55, currently the highest of the 555 cars. Another impressive run we're seeing so far out of the rookie.
DeLello's really been impressive.
McFadden looks under Martin for the 3rd position. They'll get it.
Murdo pushed up there in the middle of 1 and 2. Here comes the 4 for the lead.
And down low coming into 3. The 4's got the line and has the help from teammate John McFadden into the lead on lap 8. Anthony Greenman for Full Send Racing.
I think McFadden wants it for himself, though, here. He's got a good run up down the front stretch.
Watch for the 18 of Justin Whitmer, and the man pushing him, the number 10, Luke Evans, last year's winner here at Atlanta, now with Soaring Seagulls Racing.
It was really surprising to me how poorly that 10 car qualified. I believe he started back in 23rd, but he's up to the 3rd spot right here, and he's going to probably get second here in the middle of 3 and 4.
Whitmer's gone to the point. Evans now
Evans
looking.
looking.
Yeah, so far here, nobody really able to get away from each other here. You know, you expect here at Atlanta, it's intermediate type racing. You expect these guys to be able to get away from each other, but so far, everybody really staying close together.
And now you see Luke Evans getting a little bit of advantage as they battle behind. Riley Spurley-Tube in the 8, looking 3 wide for the second position, and Ben Crouch in the 19, 3 wide behind them.
Yeah, I mean, this you hear right now, though, you hear just the lack of off-throttle time, and that's going to change, obviously, throughout the race as these cars wear out tires, but right now, everybody's able to go pretty much flat out.
We're going to take a quick look back. Cameron Brennan running well off the pace. Clearly that one is not quite healthy. Obviously we saw him with engine issues earlier. Roach Rotfield also pretty far off the pace, as is Carter Swab and Bobak Fox. These cars were all involved in the last incident. But right now it's Luke Evans out front, and here comes Riley Spurley-Tube with a challenge in that unsponsored 8.
You know, you see Evans trying to get away a little bit here, at least, as battle further back here for third. That's Joe Zeller trying to get underneath the 55.
Ooh. He's got it.
Will. So Evans to the point here right now, looking 3 wide as an 18 of Whitmer though.
And Whitmer looks like he's going to get third with that move.
Here comes Murdo in the 01 looking low. I don't think he'll be able to quite get there in this corner as Whitmer holds third.
Yeah, but Spurley-Tube up here going for the top spot, gonna get by Luke Evans. Just about to lead that lap at least here.
Look at Kyler Sustry up here in the 11. If you caught him, he did spin in that first incident, and he's worked his way all the way up inside the top 10. These Soaring Seagull cars definitely are fast here at Atlanta.
Yeah, I mean, Sustry didn't really get that much damage in that wreck, but still an impressive rally here, considering only on lap 14, he's up to 6. As Wimmer looking for the lead, couldn't do it right there, though.
Now he'll look again, coming through the front stretch into 1. He's going to get under that 8, and he is going to take the point on lap 15.
And speaking of cars that have spun, looking up here, we also see Ricky Freeman Jr. in the 15, and if you catch it, there's the 52 of Angel Gutierrez. So clearly the damage is of no concern to those, as also we see here the 20 of AF Walsh making his USARC debut. He's up here inside the top 15.
Yeah, that time by he was up to 10, so a really good start here for AF Walsh. As for the lead, Van Dyke Murdo, you see the lap card go 1.
Oh, is he going to play the team game?
He is going to play the team game. He's going to use him as a pick.
Oh, BPM and Soaring Seagulls definitely had a few moments last year. And I don't know if Whitmer's going to be a big fan of that one, as he's going to block him again. AF Walsh. This has been a big benefit for AF Walsh. The USARC debutant now all of a sudden finds himself in 4th for the TRE team.
As you see right here, here comes that's the 14 of Peter Onjak on the move here. Gets by Kyra Seuss right now, going to try to chase down Ben Crouch. But from for the lead, Luke Evans. Going to get it back from Murdo. See, lap traffic already playing a factor here. Though. See a 66 approach Rotfield as well.
No hood on that 66. Definitely less aerodynamic, but yeah, definitely that lap car of Brennan has shooken up this field. And now, oh, look at how slow the 66 is.
Evans tried to hop on the outside. Moved up.
And here comes Murdo for the lead, and here comes AF Walsh in that 20. He is got a full head of steam, looking to see if he can make a pass on Benedict Murdo.
Ooh, that got really tight there. The 3 almost washed up into the 14 of Onjak. Just really tight racing here. I mean, these lap cars are just, I don't know, I feel like they're a bit too slow right now here to really be justify being out here. But
man,
see what happens here.
As out front, it is still Benedict Murdo the 4th, searching for his first win on an oval. AF Walsh searching for his first win.
Murdo washed up off a 2 right there. Here comes a 20. BC Murray just has that horsepower in the straightaways that the 20 just doesn't.
I believe we're coming up on another lap car indeed, the 88 of Carter Swab, so we'll see if BPM tries to play some team games right back at Soaring Seagulls after that move with Cameron Brennan. Shook up this pack initially.
I would imagine they'd like to, considering what happened, but you see, Murdo's kind of running a different line than everybody else here. He's running the middle, and it's getting him a really good launch off of too.
As Walsh's time in the sun looks to be rapidly coming to an end, Stephen Colon now right on the 20 for second.
Murdo continues to lead as now Cologne, looking on the inside, will move up into second, and Peter Onjak is looking to make a pass on that 20 as well.
Yeah, Stephen Colon on the charge here. He's most recent 1.5 mile racetrack winner. He won in Miami to end the season last year, so we know he can get it done here. But you see the 01 is continuing to wash up.
Gonna have to wonder if the 01's already dealing with some tire wears. Oh, the 88. Oh, Cologne really sent it in there, and it looked like he was going to try to shoot the gap between the 88 and the wall. Thought much better of such a risky move. And once again, AF Walsh, she's playing the lap traffic perfectly so far here at Atlanta.
Yeah,
He's made great moves to avoid the lap cars and put himself in a position to stay up front here in his debut.
Yeah, it's been really impressive watching that 20 car, because we know that team isn't, a really highly funded one, but he's hanging up here at teams like Daytona Motorsports and Soaring Seagulls, as Spurley2 going for the lead.
To the inside, down the backstretch, the 8 full head of steam and into turn 3 is going to take the lead away from Benedict Murdo, and AF Walsh is going to get under that 01 for second.
Spurley2 leading here on lap 25. We'll take a quick break and be right back in just a moment.
And we're back here, lap 26, heading on to lap 27. Riley Spurley2 still out front. Kyler Sustar, AF Walsh, and then Benedict Murdo and Peter Onjak, your top 5 currently.
Yeah, Onjak's moving back up here, and AF Walsh has been staying up here. You see 3 wide for 6. Ooh, boy, that got tight. The 2 of Dallas Miller almost washed up into John McFadden's number 39.
You see the 18 of Justin Whitmer working his way back up through the field after his incident with the lap car of Cameron Brennan. Should be of note, USARC officials have shown the 1 of Cameron Brennan and the 66 of Road Field the black flag for failing to meet minimum speed. Their days here at Atlanta are done.
You see 3 wide right here. Evans trying to get underneath Whitmer. Miller washed way up, and Bennington made a really aggressive 3 wide move on McKenzie and Freeman Jr.
It was those 2 who look like they might have touched there. As back up front, we got a battle for the lead.
Kyler Sustra in the 11, looking to see what he can do on the 8 of Riley Spurley2, but so far nothing doing as they head into 1.
Trying to loosen him up, but he just had to back out of throttle right there. Couldn't keep in it. Don't know if that was dirty air or just him trying to stay off the back bumper of the 8.
Peter Onjak has also caught this group. As you see in some of the shots, we are catching Damage 74 Bowback Fox. He's been doing his due diligence to keep that car above minimum speed, though, so they're going to have to navigate yet another lapper here. Just had some mixed results for our front runners, but certainly I guess we should keep an eye on that number 20, because he's definitely gotten the golden ticket so far.
Yeah, for the
now
lead
Kyler Sustra in the lead in the 11 as they approach that lap car of Bowback Fox. Heading into 3, it's going to be close, and the 74 is going to hold up Kyler Sustra.
I think Spurley was trying to tuck in behind this 11 to try and not get blocked by the 74, but I think he's going to get blocked anyways unless he makes it 3 wide up the middle, which he will.
And definitely an aggressive move, but one that will pay off as they'll get rid of and make quick work of that lap car.
And Stephen Colon back there almost got the fence. This is all back around 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th. You see the 1542 to 53.
Looking at how some of these cars are washing up, I think the tire wear is certainly hitting. We're now onto lap 32, and we know how tough Atlanta is on these tires. Fuel window is about 64 laps, so we're assuming that drivers are going to try to stretch it that long. But if you watch this race last year, definitely the tire wear was kicking in by the end of it.
Yeah, I mean, this is a longer race than last year as well, so these guys obviously are going to have to pit. As for the race leader, Peter Onjak, he made it look easy right there.
Yeah,
Wondrous.
great move by that 14 to get out in the lead. It's Spurley Tube looking for P2, and AF Walsh trying to see what he can do, getting under the 11 as well.
Got him very impressive from AF Walsh here because I expect him to kind of fall back once the lap cars got out of the way, but he's been hanging up here with these guys. This has been a really impressive debut.
Yeah, he's putting on a show and maybe impressing some future teams that may want to sign him.
But yeah, he is going to lose out in third here because Luke Evans and Justin Whitmer have been on the charge the last few laps.
Oh, 20 kind of pushed up the track there a bit. I think this is really owing to the tire wear we've seen so far. And he's going to lose a spot to Whitmer, and here comes Sustra as well. So Glass Slipper might be starting to slide off for AF Walsh. But he's definitely put on a great show so far for us and has definitely put his name in the front of definitely some team owners, I would imagine.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's going to be harder for him to stay up here as this run gets longer, though, because that car is just not at the same level as the cars around him. And on older tires, you have to let off more because you notice early in this race, these guys could just go flat out in the corners, and now everybody's really having to let off.
Evans looking for a way under Spurley Tube. Cannot be done through turn 4. Peter Onjax now find himself a nice little gap as Evans going to try again, this time into turn 1 for that second spot.
I think Evans will get it here from Spurley Tube. Washes up a little bit, though. That might open the door for the 18.
Down the back straight, Justin Whitmer looking under the 10, but Luke Evans able to cut off that run and hold on to second for the time being. As we have the front stretch, Whitmer, he's got another run. He's going to try it again. Coming across the line, and here comes the 11. 3 wide. Sustrai wants to pass them both. And AF
we're
Walsh
really
coming
washing
back
up the
to
track.
picture.
I think Evans had to jump out of it there, else he was going to get put in the fence. Look at Walsh on the charge. Here comes the 42 as well now.
Also, the 15 of Ricky Freeman Jr. has entered the shot. He's trying to get back up here. Herman, Cologne, and Greenman a bit further back. But if they keep battling like this, I'm sure all of them are going to get right back up in this. The guy that absolutely loves to see all of this is Peter Onjak. He's able to just cruise up here, conserve his tires while there's an absolute scrap going on behind. Here comes Whitmer shooting the middle.
Yeah, I was going to say, Walsh really washed up there, and the 42 got by them both.
Oh, car in the wall. I think it was Murdo.
Oh, yeah, and he's losing a lot of spots. You see Huber going by, Kupke going by. There goes Joe Zeller, Eric Monaco.
No apparent damage, but that's, I think, a sign of the tire wear that's already hitting. We're on lap 38. As we said, fuel window's about 60 laps, so they're only halfway through the stint, and they're already understeering into the walls.
Everybody's really washing up. You can really tell just how much everyone's struggling mid-corner. But the draft here is obviously playing a big factor. So you notice the 74 is kind of able to keep up once it got back in the draft. Oh, boy.
Spurley 2 underneath Sustrai for second. Looks like he's going to try to buck the move in at turn 1, and he's got it.
Whitmer under as well. Going to make his move into the third position. Evans taking advantage as well. As now here comes Whitmer looking for P2 under Spurley.
You may notice everybody now, especially in 1 and 2 at least, is kind of running the top. Like everybody's not really running the bottom anymore. In 3 and 4 they can still stick on the bottom, but in 1 and 2 at least, nobody's able to really run down there right now.
As we're going to see this time, yeah. You see that it looks like that they're trying to run the bottom. Sustrai's running the bottom this time. But the cars are just washing up right now, so it seems more opportune to run the middle. Peter Onjak still holding about a 3/10 lead over the pack. They keep swapping positions here for second, and that's keeping the 14 out front.
I will say, I believe the glass slipper has fallen off for AF Walsh now. He's really lost touch with this group and is now under attack from Stephen Cologne. That is for 8th spot. Still a very valiant effort here, but I just don't know how good that car is on these older tires.
Clearly it is struggling, as we've seen that this pack that was once pretty solid has very much broken up. As you see, Herman currently sits in 11th, and then a pretty big gap back here to Ben Crouch. And even the front group, as we see 3 wide briefly there between Evans, Bennington, and Spurley has really started to break apart. I think this is owing to the tire wear. Hectic start, but now we're starting to all calm down as everyone's just trying to survive on their set of tires.
Yeah, ooh, the 18 almost washed up into the 10 right there. That got close. As Wimmer's going to try and get the spot down 3 and 4. Should have it because he's got the bottom. And will get it. As on the move, Luna Bennington up to 3rd, trying to run down Sustry and Onjak here for the lead.
Sustry's had a pretty good race so far after spinning. Clearly, the tires have not taken any more damage than anyone else up here in this lead pack. But once again, it seems like there's about a 3/10 bubble currently around that number 14. I think that definitely the battling that everyone's been doing has worn out these tires much more. And that's allowed Onjak to still stay out front, though Sustry looks like he might try to mount a challenge here.
Ooh, he's got tight 1 and 2 though. Here comes the 42 of Bennington on the bottom.
And Bennington is clear, not quite. Now she is.
Yeah, and she's going to take Wimmer with her, it looks like here. And we'll see now if the 42 has anything for the 14. Because really nobody has here the last 20 or so odd laps.
Lap card, Carter Swab. Again, set to fall a lap down. A second lap, rather.
It'll be really interesting here because you gotta remember the 42 is one of the 5 or so cars that pitted under that yellow. So how much further can she go here compared to the guys like Onjak?
Moving on.
Side by side for 5th. Evans will get that spot from the 8 of Spurley Tube.
Justin Whitmer down the back straight, looking to pass that 42, and into 3 will get the pass done as a bit of, whoa, 88 tried to hold up the 42 for a second, but unable to do so, as the 42 now under the 18 second.
Impressive there from the 42 to be able to cut back to the inside like that. So obviously these 4 seem to have the 4 best cars right now. They've kind of pulled away. That might have been a sign of displeasure towards BPM from the 42 right there. As the 88 tried to block her, so she'll run the 18 up the racetrack.
And obviously, you know, the owner of BPM and the owner of FSR have never seen eye to eye, so bit of a rivalry brewing between those teams.
And Whitmer now down the inside of Sustry for 2nd, trying to set up a classic rivalry bout between the 2 Season 1 title contenders. But still, Onjak holding that ever-present 3/10 second lead. That 14 is looking really good right now, but look at this run through turn 3 for Whitmer, but it dies out through turn 4.
Yeah, I mean, he ran the middle that time. It worked in the center, but he kind of got tight off as Bennington closes right back up to the back bumper.
Bennington.
Not coming enough of a run to get underneath, but just ever present on the back bumper of the 18.
As looking further back, Spurley Tube and Cologne, Greenman, AF Walsh valiantly holding inside the top 10, doing battle with Lexi Herman, Daytona winner and outside pole sitter here. The 20 just able to keep inside the top 10. What a run this has been for AF Walsh. Even if he falls back, like we've said, he's definitely made a name for himself today.
Yeah, this has been a really impressive run here as see Dallas Miller, another rookie, having a pretty impressive day back in 12. As see 3 rookies in the top 15 right now. You see the 55 back there as well, so not a bad day for the rookies of USARC.
Not a bad day at all, as Bennington's cleared herself well into 2nd. Whitmer now doing battle with Sustry for 3rd. He's going to hold that position. And now Bennington once again. No one so far, we've had Sustry, we've had Whitmer, we've had Bennington, has had any answer for our Season 1 champion. and we probably won't see an answer until pit stops.
Yeah, I mean, at
Well, a
this
lot
point,
can happen on pit road. There have been incidents before that can change the whole outlook of someone's race. But for now, Peter Onjak, untouchable out front.
11 to 10 almost got the Garrett off of 2. That would have been a disaster for SSR, as these are their two best running cars. Because Benedict Murdo has really not had a good day here in Atlanta.
Yeah, I think
Ever since he hit the wall, it's been a struggle for that 01.
Gotta go all the way
Oh my
back.
goodness.
Not sure where that is on track. Probably somewhere back around 25th.
So we look at the scoring. It is 31st for Benedict Murdo. I think the L1's been dealing with some pretty intense tire wear compared to the rest of his teammates, but it's certainly a race to forget for half of the SSR garage.
Yeah, I mean, you see some other teams back there having struggles. You see the Shock Point cars not having a very good run. You see the Zero of Christian Vargas.
Oh!
Oh!
Murdo! Oh no! Oh, Cells!
Cells hits hard! Oh my
Oh
god!
my god! Oh! Oh!
Perkins involved as
Oh
well
my
as
Oh my
a vicious
goodness.
crash for Benedict Murdo.
And
Wow.
Oh
Oh my
boy! These guys
goodness.
gotta look out. These guys gotta look out.
Oh,
I
why
believe
is
they're
Onjak
gonna be
on the
okay.
apron? Looks like we'll all get through. Is Whitmer gonna take the lead? Because Onjak hit the
Ryan,
apron.
he's gonna try to go around the outside.
And
To the
Whitmer's
yellow.
gonna get the lead back to the yellow. What
But-
a turn of events. Is a horrific crash here at Atlanta. Big hit
Oh
for
my
Benedict
goodness.
Murdo.
99's still staying out there for some reason. Not sure why, but a terrible
Maybe trying to
crash
pick
here.
up some positions.
Oh my goodness, that was vicious. We're back here at Atlanta and under the red flag after a vicious accident involving Benedict Murdo and several other cars here. Daniel Selson involved, Jeffrey Perkins. Just a terrible accident here. We will have replays, I believe, in just a moment, but obviously not a good situation here at Atlanta. A very, very hard wreck.
And you see Christian Vargas gets into Murdo and hooks him straight in the wall. And he looked fine, but then comes back up and just a vicious hit for Benedict Murdo with Daniel Sells.
On board Benedict Murdo here. You see, obviously not much you can do there. Pretty decent hand to the inside wall, but it's obviously not over. And you're going to see just, oh, on its lid. Just a vicious wreck here off turn number 2 at Atlanta.
On board with the number 16 of debutante Jacqueline Concepcion. You already see the smoke. And oh, big hit there for Murdo into Sels, then Sels up into Ayers and the 16. Nothing that any of them could do. Just a huge wreck here at Atlanta. Hopefully everyone is okay. So now we are back rolling. We'll see the field come down pit road. Expecting 4 tires and fuel from everyone, and it'll be Justin Whitmer leading them in.
Yeah, I mean, everybody's probably going to be wanting to some adjustments on their cars as well. Everybody was really plowing at the end of that run. As we'll see who wins the race off the road here. Looking like a clean stop from the 18. Be a little bit long to get that jack up on the other side,
and
though.
Problems for the 40 Reese Kupski. He's coming in up in smoke. So we're going to have another retirement out of this one. The 40 of Reese Kupski. Oh, and contact, I think there. 55 and 5 teammates might have been. And Peter Onjak, the Onjato guys have delivered a good stop. He's out in front of Whitmer.
Oh, and Susfry's going to try and drag race the 14 off pit road.
It's going to be between...
Oh, but I think he might have gotten stuck behind the 40.
Yeah, no. I think
That's
Onjak has won the race off pit road. So we'll bring you back when we're ready for green flag action. Peter Onjak, your leader. We are back here at Atlanta. Leaders are heading through turn 3, heading toward turn 4. Pace car got to head in. Our leaders are Peter Onjak out front. He's had the dominant car so far. Kyler Sustry, Justin Whitmer, Luke Evans, last year's winner, Riley Spurley-Tube round the top 5. Then it is Bennington, Cologne, DeLello, Greenman, and Walsh the top 10. And green flag is back out here, lap 61 of 82.
Good restart by Peter Onjak there. Also, a little bit of news here. The 88 of Carter Swab has also been DQ'd here, although he is staying out there right now. So we'll see what happens here, I guess. Due to being slow, USARC made the decision there to DQ him due to not meeting minimum speed, considering he went 2 laps down. It's back on the way here. Whitmer trying to get second. Evans maybe got a little bit too high.
Onto the front straightaway. Onjak leads, but Whitmer chasing as here comes the 88 down pit road to park it for the rest of the race.
And for the lead, though, here, Justin Whitmer on the bottom. He's going to get right by Peter Onjak.
Here comes Spurley in the 8, looking under the 14 as DeLello and Greenman. A great run out of the rookie in the 55.
And speaking of rookies, now that we've got the tires back on the car, nice and fresh, look who's back in the battle. The number 20, the Australian sensation in his first start, AF Walsh making a 3 wide with Greenman and Onjak, and Onjak very close to Soustrai.
Yeah, Soustrai almost gripped it up right here. That could have been huge. As Spurley Tube to the lead here, 3 by 3 behind him.
And here comes DeLello looking under the 8 as they're getting closer and closer. And Disparito in the 08 gonna try and make it 3 wide, but can't quite get there.
Yeah, big run here from the TGR's driver. They're 3 by 3 throughout the pack here. Some cars have lost out big time on this restart. Those two really being the 42 and the 14.
And Disparito, can they go for the lead? They can. The 08 to the lead, trying to lead Toyota Gazoo Racing.
Oh, I saw 4 wide just about back there with the 15 to 2.
Looks like we've all kept it clean. Here comes Steven Colon, though, already. And look at who else is up here. The 52 Angel Gutierrez, the 12 of Eric Monaco in the part-time Daytona Motorsports car. Ran full-time last year for his own team, shut down, running this team part-time with Daytona, and he is up here with his teammate Steven Colon.
Yeah, everybody's
You
still
see
trying.
further back in the pack, the 83, the Lautenschlager Performance car. They won here last year with Luke Evans. Now Cameron Lopez trying to see what he can do with such a small team.
As Soustrai, though, is back on the charge here underneath of the 3 of Steven Colon. Gets him up the racetrack. He's going to get the lead away off of 2.
Blair McKenzie is now up here as well, as is Angel Gutierrez. As I've said, how big would it be for this 52 team? They nearly shut down last year, fought to get the team back to a state of decent financials, lost their primary sponsor, got a new one in Auto Nation. How big would it be for them to get their first win with their first race on the car?
It'd be really big for that sponsor. They signed on. They expect performance, and running the top 5 is not a bad way to show that you're going to perform. But up front, it's the Haribo machine trying to pull away from the 5 of Blair McKenzie.
Well, you see these 3 Toyotas in the top 5, and they're not going away. They're making their presence known. Here comes Ricky Freeman Jr. looking for the 2nd position on Blair McKenzie.
Could today finally be the day for Ricky Freeman Jr.? He's been arguably the person who's come closest to winning a race in USARC without winning one. As Belos Disparito has other plans here. Down to the inside goes the 08.
Disparito has one of the longest winless streaks, or the longest winless streak of any driver who's won a race. Won Season 1 Daytona, has been winless since. It's been a full season, plus 1 race. How big would it be for her to win today?
Yeah, but here comes the 83 of Lopez. Down to the inside, a little bit tight from that car, though. Also has the 52 right on its back bumper, trying to get an arrow loose.
And 1 car
wide looking for 2nd, and Lopez able to close it a little, but not for long. Here comes Gutierrez for 2nd.
And Soustrai, much like Onjak in the first stint, has kind of checked out as these guys are battling. I was going to count on Lexi Herman, but now she's been put 3 wide with Riley Spurley Tube. But the 53's definitely moved her way back up to the front. Another good run could solidify a decent points lead here out of Atlanta.
Yeah, I mean, fresh tires are truly the equalizer here. We see cars that were running 15th to 20th on that run beforehand, all of a sudden back up here. We'll see if they can stay up here. Those are still a good bit left to go in this race. Soustrai, however, pulling away. Whitmer, however, is on the charge.
We still have a decent way to go, but we really don't as well. We are closing in on 10 to go. It won't be this time by, but the next after. Justin Whitmer's cleared into second. Joe Zeller, first time he's up here, also repping new sponsorship from PDVSA. 10 to go, next time by here at Atlanta. Kyler Sustra is the one who's controlling the lanes up front.
Yeah, but you see, Whitmer's the first car that can kind of separate out, but he's trying to close in on the 11.
And Whitmer trying to do whatever he can to close the gap on the 11 of Sustra. And he keeps closing, but is looking for an opportunity to try and pass that 11.
Got a pretty good run off of 4 there. Is he going to be close enough? I don't believe he is. Not at least this time by. Right on the bumper, though. He's getting him loose.
Less than...
Whitmer underneath.
He's side by side with him. Is he going to try to clear him into turn 3? Side by side between Whitmer and Sustra for the race lead. And Whitmer clear to the point here. Coming in, 9 laps to go.
Justin Whitmer, the winningest driver from Season 1. All of a sudden, he's in charge here at Atlanta, and that is not something that any one of these other 39 drivers wanted to see. That 18 is going to be very tough to pass here, but I think Sustra is trying to fight off the 64 per second on the top.
He's got him.
Rested from Sustra, it looks like one of the cars to beat here. You see Onjak starting to regain some of his ground.
As I hear an engine note, yeah, Bobak Fox, could he play a late role here in this race as Sustra looking down the inside, 3 wide behind for 4th between Onjak. Oh, McKenzie and Freeman look like that they nearly touched there.
And I got really tight right there. Onjak trying to get the 4th. He has got it. Evans trying to follow him through. Some of the faster cars from that first one starting to make their way back up here. But it's Whitmer out front with 7 laps to go.
Time is running out, but you don't want to make your move too early. Kyler Sustra, though, he's right back on the tail end of that 18. Onjak trying to get by Zeller if he can. I'm sure this 14's going to be in on the fight. And look who else is up here. Luke Evans, last year's race winner. He's also trying to get in on this fight as Sustra had a little peek through turn 4, but nothing of it. Whitmer still ahead with now just 6 laps to go.
Yeah, okay, I don't look now, but Peter Onjak is on the charge. You see, he's able to just hook 1 and 2 better than pretty much anybody else out here, trying to get underneath the 11 off of 2. Not enough there, though, from Onjak. Coming to 5 laps to go this time by.
It's absolutely hammer time, but as you said, that 14 looked so planted through 1 and 2 that last time by. But he's going to need to dispatch Sustra quickly or work with him if they're going to have any shot at Whitmer. As Sustra running the middle, he looked like he had a decent one there, not much coming of it on the exit. And right there is the 74 of Bobak Fox, absolutely going to play a role here in this race.
Yeah, I think Whitmer's just got to try and take his time at this point, but I don't think taking his time is going to help now because they are going to catch that 74 no matter what here. Ooh,
And
boy.
the one Whitmer holding his own. Sustra looking, seeing what he can do as they're catching the 74. Whitmer jumps low. Sustra tries to jump lower, but Whitmer holds on.
Yeah,
Coming
Sustra.
to 3 to go.
Whitmer got in the arrow wash of the 74 and got really tight in the middle of 1 and 2. I think if Peter Onjak's going to make a move, he's got to do it in turn 1 right here to try and have a shot at this win, but just doesn't have enough to do it.
It looked like
Sustra's
that.
there.
It looked like
Sustra looks like he has a run.
Oh, he's got it. He's got
and
the
here
run.
Comes Kyler Sustra.
But Onjak's not going to go with him. Is Sustra going to be able to clear him?
Oh.
Oh, Onjak nearly hooked him.
Almost a wreck between the top 3 right there, but Sustra to the bottom.
And 2
Oh,
to
even
go.
the
Kyler
team.
Sustra with a huge move to take the lead.
Whitmer's still out there though. He's not. This isn't over yet.
And speaking of it not being over, Luke Evans is caught, and Whitmer with the crossover move. Justin Whitmer
Yeah.
trying to take back the race lead here with just 1.5 laps to go at Atlanta.
He's
A
there.
great move by Whitmer to get low, and he's gonna take the lead to the inside, and Peter Onjak flies by the 11. Final lap, Justin Whitmer out front.
Does On Jack have anything for me? He's gonna need it now. He's gonna need to be in 1 and 2 here to get a run down the back. I just don't think he's gonna have enough time to run down his 18. Pretty good run off of 2 though.
Onjack's had one of the best cars in the first stint. Is it gonna be enough? Into turns 3 and 4, Onjack sends it in. Whitmer is holding, and Justin Whitmer off of turn 4 is going to take the NAPA 400, his first win of the season. Justin Whitmer.
What a drive there by Whitmer. What a move with 2 laps to go to pull a crossover on Kyler Sustrai. That was pretty impressive to watch. You see, looking at the top 10, Peter Onjak, what a great run for him. Kyler Sustrai, Luke Evans, Joe Zeller, a great top 5 finish. Ricky Freeman Jr., the 2 Daytona Motorsports cars of Spurley, Tube, and Cologne. And Lotus Burrito TGR gets a top 10 and a solid run for Angel Gutierrez. He'll round out the top 10 today at Atlanta.
Now let's take a look through the rest of our results here at Atlanta. Luna Bennington finishes 11th, Lexi Herman 12th, Matthew Huber 13th. All 3 of them had strong cars but fell back late. Ben Crouch 14th, Eric Monaco 15th, DeLello, Aiden Martin, Anthony Greenman, John McFadden, and Seth Morgan round the top 20. Then it's Dallas Miller, AF Walsh, Jacques Rigel, Cameron Lopez, Justin Patrick, Christian Vargas, Justin Perez, Austin Scott, Caleb Evans, and Blair McKenzie, who pitted on the last lap. They round the top 30. Bobak Foxen 31st is our last runner. Then Carter Swab 32nd, Reese Kupski DNF'd with an engine failure. Perkins, Concepcion, Sels, and Murdo, as well as Ayers, were involved in that scary incident about midway through the race. And then Rotfield and Brennan round out our finishing results. So now let's take a look at the point standings. Points are now on your screen. Kyler Sustrai takes over the points lead. Ricky Freeman Jr. moves into second. Lexi Herbert now finds herself in third. Then it's Stephen Colon, Luke Evans, Eric Monaco, Lotus Dispirito, Aiden Martin, Justin Whitmer, and Joe Zeller, your current top 10 in points. Thank you for tuning in to watch USARC today. We will see you next week for where the Granger Truck Series as well as the Aaron's Pro Cup Series are in action at Michigan International Speedway.